has possession again. Looks like we have 44 looking for someone to get it to, but tries to get a cross off in the middle. Gonna do a, looks like he's gonna try to shield it and get the goal kick. Now I know this is the JV girls' third time playing Bentonville West. They beat them both times, but I'm not quite sure how many times the JV boys have played them. I would assume this is their second or third time playing them. And I'm not quite sure about the past scores of those games either. Looks like the goal kick is a low ball. Center back number 4 had to scramble there for a minute. It's going to be out on the Wolverines. It's going to be a heritage throw, or the Wolverine throw. Big throw there, gets a head off to flick it back. Wolverines trying to gain possession again. Heritage is right there on their back for defense. Oh, sorry. All right, looks like we're transitioning quick to the middle, trying to get into the attacking third. Over the head, great ball. Gonna keep fighting for it, but their center backs are pretty quick. They recovered quickly, got the ball out of there. But it is gonna be a heritage throw by the 20-yard line. Good possession here. Looks like they're gonna try to get it down. You need people to get in the box for a cross off right here. Tried to flick it back, but nobody was there. Bentonville West, good switch, but 14 couldn't quite control it, so it's gonna be a heritage throw. If he goes quickly, number 40 was there all on his own. He could have gotten a good turn, but Bentonville West set up quick. Looks like we're doing a little substitute. 24 is off. We're going to have 37 come in. Looks like he's looking down line. Number 48 did good getting in front of his man. Great possession, except he couldn't quite get the ball off his foot soon enough. Great ball through. Oh, he was just right there in the middle. Goalkeeper comes out of his box to get that. That was a great ball. That's the ball they've been looking for this whole time, but they haven't quite found the gaps. But that one was a successful ball through. Ball through by West. Great recovery by our left back. Tries to get a cross off, but it bounces off him, so it's going to be a corner for Bentonville West. Or throw-in. Looks like our back line pushed up quickly, caught 14 off sides. It's going to be a free kick for Heritage.
We'll let you know when you're coming out. Okay?
Okay. So do I just chill here?
No, y'all go back. Y'all go down to the field.
Okay.
I won't field footage too. All right.
Good ball. He's going to switch it over both of their heads. Number 49
It's right there.
Yeah.
controls it. He has so much time in the middle. Finds that ball out wide. Looks like he kind of fumbles with it just for a second. Couldn't quite find what to do with it next. But he has his back line there ready for the drop. Looks like number 20, number 36 scrambled there on the sideline, but they dropped it back to their keeper. They're going to gain good possession again.
Oh, we moved your camera? Okay, I'll move your camera.
Number 2 finds the ball to the right back out wide. He tries to send it up the line, but it's going to go out, so it's going to be a Heritage throw.
Yeah. Yes.
Looks like he's looking for someone to check in. Number 40 drops back. Finds his way out of pressure. Gonna try to send it through the through ball. Bentonville West trying to figure out how to get up. Keeps it in, tries to drop it back, but we intercept that pass. So far the game hasn't been like one team has possession a lot. It's been kind of back and forth. Passes that are iffy here and there, and we switch the team who has possession. They get a couple good passes, and then it repeats itself. So I'm looking for Heritage to just try to settle it more, move it, swing it back and forth. Maybe they'll find the gaps that they've been looking for. But so far they've been possessing pretty good for the times that they have the ball. Looks like he's going to look out wide. He has options moving forward. Finds the ball down the line. It's going to shield for the goalie. Center back here has lots of time looking it up.
So Marvin Cardano is our goalie back there.
I don't know a lot of these players quite yet. Good deflection. He's going to drop it back. Have a good cross here if people get in the box. But nobody was there in the middle. I'll try to keep it in. Oh. It's going to be a West throw.
Taylor, what we're doing tonight is trying to showcase our younger players. And by doing that, we're showing their last home game of the season.
Oh, I didn't know this was their last home game.
At least that's what it is according to the schedule.
Yeah.
Now, will that pop some more up? Who knows? But according to our schedule, this is their last home soccer match, boys and girls. For the JV. And usually JV finishes up just a little bit earlier than both boys and girls varsity does.
Mm-hmm. Shorter games, shorter half times.
Yep. And they usually finish their season up a little earlier too. Just because the coaches want to concentrate more on their varsity during state tournaments and things like that.
Good ball in the middle. Nobody crashes it though. 40 is staying high. Ready for the ball.
And there might be some of these players that might move up to the varsity during the tournament anyway, so.
Yeah, we see a lot of couple girls come up with us when we go to our state tournament. Not only just our state tournament, but also just throughout the whole season. We have
Right.
2 or 3 girls that come up in case the opportunity presents itself. Same with the boys. They've had a freshman that's played striker for them. He came up, and then the opportunity arose, and then he's been doing really good. Can't quite remember his name, but he scored a couple goals on the varsity level for them. Looks like a heritage throw, but he doesn't have a lot of options. Waiting for people to check in for him. Gain possession again. Tries to get a turnoff, but defense was right on his back.
Yeah, and this is not going to be as long as a night as it would be if you were having the varsity play, because usually JV starts it off with a boys or a girls game, or then both the boys varsity and the girls varsity play, which could go about 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah, it gets late, doesn't it? Good turn, tries to find him in the middle. Would have been better if he just kicked it out wide. He has him sitting out there. Defense is leaving him out there alone, so he's a great option for a wide ball.
I know Friday night y'all are going to where, Northside?
No, we go to Bentonville on Friday.
Bentonville on Friday?
Yeah.
Didn't like the big chair. You didn't like the big chair?
Good ball up the middle. Deflected by West. Looks like he's going to call him for a high kick there. It's going to be a West free kick.
Yep, it's Bentonville on Friday. I must have misread that.
I believe Northside might be the following week.
No. Y'all got Southside on May 2nd.
Oh, okay. We're still a couple weeks out from Northside.
Y'all have Northside here on April 22nd. I think y'all have already played Northside at Northside.
Yeah. Great ball in the middle. He's going to get in. Tries to get a shot off. 21 deflects. Bentonville West gains possession again. Tries to find a through ball. Looks like they're going to kind of scramble on both sides for it over there on the other sideline. It's going to be a heritage throw. Good time for him. Gets a ball out wide, but number 30 couldn't quite get a touch on it. Rolls out for a West throw.
So last week I heard y'all played Rogers
Yes.
to a 1-0 loss. However, I heard you had a great game.
Yep, I got player of the game.
I heard that.
It was my first varsity start. I played all game. It's pretty fire. It was a really good game. I had a lot of fun.
So I had a great game and can't look at the night.
This one is too short. This one's too high. But too high.
Getting possession again, working it up the sideline. Deflects off West. It's going to be a heritage throw. Number 48 gains possession. Looks like he's going to do a pass down the line, looking where to go. Great ball to the middle. Looks like they're going to call for a heritage free kick. Right there on the 20. It's a great goal scoring opportunity for them right now. Line up on the back right side, crash the net.
Wait, racing guy?
They are against the wind though, so that might give the ball a little bit of a lag in the air, so they want to take that into account.
The girls racing.
Good ball, just a little bit left of the goal. Didn't really give the runners an opportunity to try to get a touch on it either. But it's all right. More opportunities will arise for good free kicks like that, the 20-yard.
Well, I know that varsity has ball people. Looks like junior varsity doesn't have those type of people.
For the girls' game, we have ball girls
Ah,
today.
okay.
That's kind of a thing you coordinate with your own team. Looks like they just did put
Coordinated
something
very well.
together today. But we have a group of girls staying or coming back for the girls' game to be ball girls for them. Not only to aid them in getting the ball for them, letting them have as much playing time as possible due to a running clock, but also just gives us the varsity girls like more of an opportunity to come to.
Yeah.
They have a day set out to come watch a game. They'll be there the whole night watching and stuff. It's gonna be a west throw. Recently, the refs here have been more. The center field ref has been a bit more picky on where we do our throw-ins, keeping track of like exactly where it came out.
Yeah.
It's like a new thing the refs have been doing recently. Good shield there for defense. Gonna give Heritage a goal kick. Got about almost a minute left in this half. Still 0-0. But defense for Heritage has been holding really well. They haven't let West get any shots off that I've seen so far in the game. They've had a couple crosses, but they've always shielded the ball for the goalkeeper, or they've always gotten a good touch on it to get it out.
Yeah.
Number 4 is going to keep pressure on there. It's going to be a West throw.
Yeah, Ricky Ochoa is number 4, sophomore.
Good ball up the middle. Heritage gained possession again. Great runners on the left side here. Good ball down the middle. Looks like 48 wasn't quite ready for it, so he wasn't in good position to get a touch and try to score. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Heritage boys had pretty good possession when they had the ball. They swing it. They tried to get a cross off. I bet in halftime the coaches are going to try to focus on making sure they have runners either on the backside or in the middle to get a touch on these balls.
Yeah.
Other than that, they've been playing pretty good this game. Good possession, great defensively. So.
Yep. With that, we're going to take a short break. Now, click add.
All right, welcome back, War Eagles. This is the second half of the JV boys game, the Bentonville West. We now have. You can introduce yourself.
Jermaine Brown.
He was absent the first half. He's here and he's ready to roll. I'm not quite sure if your mic is hooked up, so we can.
Let's see.
I'll scoot over.
Let's see. Do I have to push this button?
I'm not quite sure, but we got this one, so we're all good. So first half, the boys did a pretty good possession. Had a couple of chances. I'm hoping to see that they recognize they need to make their runs on the backside and in the middle more. They've had great balls, but nobody's been there. So.
Really enjoyed watching both boys and girls programs this year. Been very entertaining games. Both teams are really good. It's been fun, and now we're starting to get toward the later part of the season where playoff seeding, playoff positioning is important. So let's see, the playoffs start in what, is it 2 weeks?
I'm not quite sure.
It's pretty close.
It is very close.
Yeah.
We're one game into the second half of our season, so this is when we get to play everybody again. We get a second chance to beat them or beat them again,
Which is awesome.
which is really important too.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we're getting points where we need and goal differential.
Yeah, especially games like against Fayetteville and Bentonville.
Yes, we need to see
which
good
were really
results.
close at first, and you match up really well with them, and now you get a second opportunity
Yeah,
against them.
looks like they're gonna have a throw in for
Throw in here.
Heritage. Looks like we had a keeper switch out. Looks like we got our mics working at the game.
Okay, got
We had a keeper switch out, but I can't see the number, and I'm not quite sure of this player's name. But we did have Marvin. Now we got someone else out there. It's going to be a throw in west, close to the 18-yard.
Nice defense in the box there.
Yeah, they get the ball.
Oh,
out quick.
shot, no good, offline. Be a goal kick for your War Eagles. Nice kick.
Good ball, straight to number 37. Great touch and turn. Good ball down the middle, but this is what I was talking about earlier, that we have these great balls, but we need to be connecting them with the runs sooner. But we're finding the balls, we just need to get a touch on them and get a player there.
One thing I've noticed the last couple of games is how windy it's been.
It has been very windy.
It's usually the
almost every
wind is
single
blowing.
game.
The last couple games we did, the wind was blowing
Oh,
strong
okay.
north. Now you see the flag is going
Yeah.
south, so it's a south.
I think the only game we've had without wind being something we had to talk about, like plan for, was the Rogers game. That was the only game I can remember us not having any wind.
I remember that Fayetteville game was like windy and raining. It was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been so windy.
And cold.
Yeah. Now we're running out there playing, but it's just like it's kind of sucks sometimes. Great 1-2 there on the sideline. It's gonna go out. Oh, I thought it went out. Looks like they went to pick it up. Now it's gonna go out for a Heritage throw. Looks like he's looked to get it in quick, but they're gonna switch out their thrower, get more people up the line. Good drop. Try to get out of pressure there, but number 24 wasn't quite in the
Oh, nice
right
tackle
position.
there.
Great
There's
ball.
the run, but
Just a little bit too much
a
on.
bit too long.
It's gonna be a West goal kick. play it short.
Oh,
Great little 1-2.
taps it back to the goalie and a reset.
He has a good option wide here, but he's going to send it up number 49. Going to call it out. It's going to be a heritage throw. Good control. Gonna find a switch here, maybe. Yeah, good.
There it is.
Couldn't quite get a touch and turn on it. It's gonna be a West throw in on the far side.
Nice control there.
So we're gonna have a bunch of headers back and forth right there for a second.
Shot.
Good ball.
Oh,
Got a
nice.
good shot off there.
Nice defense there by the Wolverines. Defense there by the Wolverines. Oh. Gains possession there. Sends it downfield.
Number 4 was in a great coverage spot. Gets out wide. Good overlapping run. And good little flick over. Working the ball up the field. Tries to find a through ball to the backside, but it gets deflected. It's going to go out with a header on West.
Heritage throw.
So you've commentated a bunch of games. How has your soccer knowledge gone? Have you been picking it up?
I've been picking it up.
Oh, good shot. Yes, sir. That was a left clip right there. Dude, that was a good shot. That was a good one there.
Nice.
Who is that by? What number is that? 23?
23. You have a replay on that one? Nice shot.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Golazo! We're Eagles 1. 0.
Looks like it was number 33, I think. Luis. That was a beautiful shot.
Beauty. One thing about broadcasting the games this year is I've always liked soccer.
Yeah.
I've always thought it's just like a beautiful game. Mm-hmm. And, you know, watching you all play has just been awesome. And, you know, at first I was really nervous about broadcasting soccer games because, like, oh my gosh, you know, soccer is, I know a little bit about soccer. Really, you know, the only thing that really was confusing is the offside rule. But now, you know, I know the offside rule and, you know, when something is called offsides and when it's not. And then all the positions, like, you know, and the positions and also what the strategy is like for you all. You know, I know that you're a defender and you also make like runs up the field, and you know it's really, you know.
Yeah, I'm happy you enjoy the game. It's
Yeah,
All
but
right.
it's a lot of fun though. I mean, especially you know in all the sports. One of the things doing what I've done this year, I've got to watch a lot of sports, and you know I love watching kids compete and love how you all compete, and it's so much fun, and you know the work you all put in, and it's just fun. I think I've seen every sport. I did football, volleyball, basketball, soccer, baseball. We hadn't done a track meet.
Yeah, those are a bit hard.
Those
to
are
do.
long. Yeah, you're there because track
They
meet
start
started
early.
like
Yeah, track meet started like what?
2,
Two?
3, something like that. I used to do track.
But isn't the state meet is at Heritage this year?
I'm not quite sure.
I thought it was. Or maybe not.
For soccer, state is here.
It's here. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great ball. Oh, shot right there. Shot right there.
Shot.
Follow the ball in the middle. Oh, we need to follow the ball in the middle. Send it in.
Oh, nice
that would've
try.
been
That was a
such
nice shot.
a good shot right there. Yeah, we
Just-
have the ball settling in the middle. People need to be crashing it. Like we need to get any touch on that ball that you can. Towards the net, obviously.
Yeah.
We wanted to get it towards the net on goal, but looks like we're gonna have Andy, number 35, come in. I believe, yes, Andy Bonilla. Gonna take out 24, Byron.
And one thing that's encouraging to see is both teams actually. You play a lot of young players. I know for the girls team, like you're a junior, you play a couple of freshmen.
Yeah, we have freshmen starters on our team too.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, and that really bodes well for the program. I mean, the program, you guys are as good as you are,
Yeah.
and you're playing younger players.
And we have younger players that are that good. Like they have 4 more years and they're already like really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have so much time to
And
compete.
Yeah, and you'll only, just think. I mean, as good as they are now, they'll only get better.
Gonna send it in to towards the back post, but nobody was in. Goalkeeper's gonna let them get settled.
Still plenty of time left in the game. So Taylor, what do you think the strategy is here for Bentonville West? It's not, it's still kind of early, so you're not exactly panicking right now. But
Yeah, well, with 17 minutes, that's gonna go by really quick.
yeah,
They need to just slow down, control. They need to move the ball. They need to work our defense. Our defense is pretty strong. We cover great, so I think what Bentonville West needs to do is take a moment to just settle, calm down, pass it. Because it's one thing working the ball up, but it's another thing if you can switch it from sideline to sideline because you stretch out the opposers, in this case us, our team. And when you stretch them out, that's when you find the gaps to get the through balls and the easy shots. So I think that would be the best course of action, but on the field, it's a whole different story. You're just trying to get any shot you can. But
so we get it.
they haven't had any shots on us that I can recall.
Really good defense.
Yeah, they've gotten the ball, played around with it at the 10, 20, but I don't think they've gotten any good shots off. Our defense is just really good at meeting the ball in the air. And if they do meet the ball in the air, and it goes over them, we always have a good person covering. That's one thing that our defense, I recognize that the JV boys are doing really good with tonight.
Heritage throw here. Yep.
Not only that, but like what we just saw, 16 try to get the ball, but our defense is immediately on their back, not allowing them to turn. So overall, defensively, we've been doing really good.
I mean, because I know one thing that I noticed about soccer is like, everyone kind of looks at like, what you're doing offensively, but, you win a game by defense. I mean, honestly, because the games are so low scoring.
Yeah.
If your defense is not on par, I mean, chances are you're going to lose. I mean, you could score as many goals as you want, but again, it's if your defense and watching pro matches. I mean, they always say, look, we were sketchy on defense. Well, but you scored 3 goals. Well, our defense was still sketchy.
Yeah.
But that's always been one of the biggest things that I've noticed. Like, just like if you take football, for example, I mean, yeah, you could give up like 4 touchdowns, but if you win the game and your offense is just going up and down the field, well, well, we did just enough on defense, but our offense really carried us. Or
Yeah.
it's the same as basketball. You really don't focus on a team defensively, right? Because you're running up and down the court.
Yeah.
You just outscored somebody. Soccer is like, if that's one thing you can really notice that in soccer matches, like
fundamentals.
Fundamentally, like
Yeah.
we're bad fundamentally on defense. Well, that's a problem, and it's a problem that will affect you the whole season. Like football or basketball, you can do corrections. Yeah, you might be kind of weak defensively as we have a run here, but it's cut off nicely by our defender there. But you can make corrections, but you still might be weak the whole season. But there's just a little nuances that you can do to help you look better.
Yeah.
But you really, and like I said, the strategy with soccer is like, if you're fundamentally bad, there's no fix that you can put in place that can correct that.
Yeah, I will say, speaking on just defense and how you notice that, it's really cool. But when we're reviewing a soccer team, the first thing we always talk about is they're great offensively, but they don't recover on defense, and that's what's gonna kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm a defender. Like, I play defense a lot. I have my offensive moments, but if you play in the midfield, the first thing we ever notice in a team is the players that get up the field, but the players that don't track back. So defense is number one thing on all aspects of soccer, no matter where you are in the field.
It's how you are defensively. That's one of the things. That's like one of the things I appreciate about this game is, you have to be fundamentally sound everywhere. Like, if you can't, just like with and we'll throw another sport in there, baseball. So, if you've heard of a 5-tool player, it's a player that can hit, run, has power, hits for average, or however that goes.
Yeah.
Well, you can be a great offensive player, but if you're suspect, like in the field, well, you most likely you're going to be a DH. Well, we're just going to put, such and such as our designated hitter because he's great offensively, but he's not the strongest fielder. Or basketball, like, you have a guy that can score a bunch of points and shoot a bunch of threes and hits really high percentage, from the 3-point, but you have to hide him on defense or on the defensive end,
Yeah, defense in all sports.
Yeah.
You just gotta have defense.
Yeah, it's important, but more so important. Oh, nice shot.
Good shot there.
Good recovery.
Number 40 has so many great chances up there in the box, but I think he's waiting for that perfect moment. He needs to take his chance. He's got a great shot. Looks like it's going a little back and forth right here. Bill's trying to break the triangle defense structure we set up on the sideline there.
Heritage throw. It's, still playing really good defense. A nice cross there. Up. Another
Got
shot.
a quick shot off.
Really like the pace we're playing with too.
Yes, we're definitely taking control of this game.
Yeah.
We've had the ball in our attacking third more than they've even gotten past the 30, 40-yard line right here. Our defense is just on lockdown today. I'm excited to see the JV girls play. They've already played Bentonville West twice, and they've beat them both times. So I'm hoping we go 3-0 against them. Quick little substitute here.
Is that 30?
Got got Jared coming in, and we got 31, Oswaldo. Coming off, we have 33, Lewis. Looks like we have number 48. Yeah, 48. Iverson. He's actually new. He wasn't here in the beginning of the year.
Oh, danger. Oh.
All right.
Danger. Oh, nice. Oh.
Good
they
little
didn't call it. Okay.
move there. Getting it up this field. It's going to go out on number 6. It's going to be Heritage throw.
More video in the game too with Rachel's. More video in the game too with Rachel's.
49's going to throw it in.
Got about 8 minutes left in the game. These JV games go by quick.
Yeah. Another thing I appreciate is like, I like for stoppage time, they just stop the clock. Because I was just like, you know, when we first started doing, I was like, okay, how much time are we added for stoppage time? And that's not a thing. So that's made my job a lot
Yeah,
easier.
they don't do that at this level.
Yeah.
They stop the clock for goals to set back up, and they stop the clock for major injuries. Players down. Oh, get that shot off.
Oh, what do we got?
They're gonna
They
call
call
an
it
offsides. Had an offsides called on us earlier, and I do not agree with that one.
So how was that an offside? Because we had 2 guys down, and then they had a defender and the goalie down there. So how would they call an offside?
The goalie doesn't count for offsides.
Okay, that's
The
it.
goalie's not part of it. It's just the last defender. And I don't remember where the last defender was. I wasn't paying the best attention on that one, but yeah, it doesn't matter where the goalkeeper is. And then sometimes you can get past the last defender, and then it could be you with the ball, and it could be your other player on your team, and they can call you offsides if the other player on your team runs past where the ball is.
Okay,
So once you get past the last defender, you have to stay behind the ball.
okay.
You can't have a player on your team run up past the ball and you flick it to them. So there's like 2 different sides to it.
West almost loses control. They
It's like
call
they're
a
going to call that
tackle.
for us.
That's going to be a free kick for us.
Yes,
Think
this
so,
is
yeah.
another great scoring opportunity. We had a free kick maybe at like 23 yards. We were against the wind then, but this time we're with the wind. This is the number 48 who scored off a free kick hit the first game he played for Heritage.
Mm-hmm.
We have the wind. We need to crash the net. I'm hoping I can get one.
Oh, too
just
high.
over.
Yeah, just over the crossbar.
It is really windy out there. I probably
Yeah.
should have taken some off that kick.
And good control there. Shot, miss.
Good header getting it out of there. Great defense by 37. Gains possession back.
Move. Nice move.
He's going to get out of the pressure and swing it. Looks like he's going to go for a header, but going to give West a throw for that one.
Oh, opportunity knocked away there by West. I'll try to cross it to the middle. Pick up by the West defender. Didn't get a lot on the ball though.
Number 40 here with the ball.
I'll take a
Try
shot.
to take a shot. Looks like they're gonna call us for something I didn't quite see.
Free kick. Yeah, free kick. So foul called.
West is trying to move fast. They know that this is their.
It was
Gotta
just
get a goal in.
it's like you said, Taylor. Hey, 17 minutes goes by fast.
It does.
I
We're
mean,
already at 4.
Yeah, we're
It goes by really fast. It feels like forever when you're on the field, though. You look up at the clock that the game just started, and it's like only 10 seconds in, and you're like, what the heck?
I know I've been running for at least 30 minutes.
It feels like it. It feels like it. Especially my position, left back. We overload the middle. We do a 4 diamond 2, so it's like a big gap. So I'm always running up and down, and it's tiring. It's a lot, especially with no break.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing about soccer. I was like, man,
Yeah.
you're in constant motion, no breaks, unless the coach is like, all right, so.
Yeah. I'll never understand why people argue that soccer is not hard. It's like one of the only,
it's
one
like
of the
one
only
of the
sports you don't get a break,
Yeah, take it from a football player. We get 30 seconds in between plays.
Yeah.
We get a 30-second break. So we're not just running up and down the field. And then timeouts. You get 3 timeouts at each half.
I couldn't even imagine soccer if we got timeouts.
Oh, gosh.
You just yell timeout in the middle of a good play. It's just really interesting. Oh, looks like right there. Get it.
Couldn't square
Kick
it
it
up.
back.
Danger. Oh, what do we call it?
West really picked it up there. Looks like they're calling a handball in the box arms.
So West, their time is getting short here for the West JV boys. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to do something. War Eagles in control so far. Just got to avoid a big mistake here.
Yeah, they got to just, I don't want to say park the bus with defense. We've been doing good offensively and defensively, but they just got to make sure that they keep their cool.
Oh,
It's like it's going to bounce off him.
It's going to be a Wolverine throw.
Another Wolverine throw, kind of making their way down with their throws. Great ball out wide.
Nice.
Gonna push him off of it with his body. Perfect. Let's see what. No, good slide tackle by West right there. I never do slide tackles. I don't know.
I'd be terrible.
I just I think to myself, if I do one and don't get the ball, what this? But the boys are doing them all the time. They're always so successful with slide tackles. It's like they practice them.
I guess, right there. Yeah. Nice tackle.
They're so smooth with it. It's so fascinating to watch. Like girls, you'll never see girls do slide tackles. If anything, our slide tackles are just we're both rolling on the ground. But the boys, they're just it's very clean. Good ball down the
53
sideline.
seconds left.
With the wind, he put a little bit too much on the ball, so it's going to roll out. See, our girls are making their way.
West. Let's see if they can do anything this last 35 seconds.
Heritage throw. There's a big gap right there on the 20 that someone needs to run into. That's a great spot to be for a good shot on the 20-yard line.
17, 16, 15. It's like barring a miracle here. Looks like the War Eagle JV boys are going to hold on.
Imagine
nice.
They score right here. Go, let's go.
So we get a shot here. No.
Oh, great way to end the game.
That is
for
the
boys.
ball game. Final score.
Hey, we did it at the same time. It's going to be 1-0 Heritage win.
And stay tuned, folks, because we're about to have JV girls.
Yes, and this was actually the boys' last home game that we have scheduled, so we are happy that you guys got to watch their last home game. It ended in a nice little victory there.
All right, so stay tuned. We will be back for JV girls.
Hey War Eagle fans, I'm Vivian Miller and we're here on this gorgeous Monday evening. We just finished off an amazing match with our boys Heritage War Eagles JV soccer players against the JV Bentonville West Wolverines. We were able to put in some amazing effort throughout the game and it eventually resulted in a win 1-0 for our War Eagles today. We saw some just absolutely great plays both on offense and on defense, and I'm really excited to see what the girls are able to do going into their match. Bye, War Eagles!